Okay,
Okay.
hello. We're back.
Hello. Yeah,
How are you, Katia?
I'm pretty good. A little bit buzzy, excited. How about you?
Yeah, I feel the same. Also, first time to be live on different platform at the same times. Feel crazy.
Yeah. Hello, Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn. Um,
So, I had this idea last night, and I text you about what about picking a tarot card for today
mhm,
because it's how we met, right? It's through tarot reading, and I thought it would be fun to start. So it's Monday, starting the week with something,
mhm.
um, yeah, more spiritual.
Yeah. And I'm excited about that. I love pulling oracle cards and tarot cards just to like give a little bit of inspiration. So, actually, this morning I got this new deck from Rebecca
Mm,
Campbell, the Inner Temple Oracle.
okay.
Um, and she was sharing an activation meditation for it this morning. So these cards are like freshly like empowered with lots of good new energy. And so I'm excited to share these ones today, or one of them anyway. So I'm just shuffling a little. Oop. Okay. We got life
Ooh.
force.
Wow, with the snake.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Right. Actually, we got two. This one and also the in
Ooh.
between came out. Oops. Let me show my face and the card.
It's so beautiful. There's roses.
Yeah. Do you want to see what else is up with that one? I'm gonna
There's a
see if
lot
I
of
can.
details and like kind of star, and it still feel like also about energy, even if the energy is not going out, is like within. A little
Mhm.
bit more dark, but dark doesn't mean
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I feel like this deck in general is like a little bit more dark. Um, Having a hard time putting my finger on the in between. But for life force, it says, um, oops, nope, I lost that one too now. Okay, so maybe we'll just have to interpret it for ourselves. um,
Okay.
so this one actually reminds me a lot of Reiki, like the way that in the chakras, like the way that the energy is kind of all down the middle in the spine. Also, the snake could be representative of Kundalini energy rising from the root chakra up the spine and like bringing all of that kind of vital life force energy um, up and into your life, into your world. This is you this
Mhm.
week shining. um,
I feel it's going well with the topic for today about authentic self.
mhm, yeah. Um, and yeah, shining with your own energy. And I feel like there's kind of like a vortex or like a spiral kind of at the heart center. And
Hmm.
that kind of opening maybe is also an important part of like being your authentic self, like projecting what you actually want to show. And then the in between also I feel is good for today because it's like the this is maybe where some of us are now, that we're a little bit in the dark, not showing everything that we want to be, but coming towards this kind of more light, coming to the place where we can project all of our energy and our spirit, and um not so much project like in a way that it's inauthentic, but like show it, because project
Also, you
like it
have
could be.
the other one. You have the light over your head. I know that. Also, yeah, right.
Yeah. And in terms of Reiki, like that's where Reiki comes in, the crown, and then down through um the kind of central channel to the heart. This one has the heart, and then out through the hands to share the energy. So,
Yeah, they're. I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful card. Um,
Yeah, I'm
and
excited to get to know them better.
I think it's also fun that is the first card you picked up. Um I mean it's I feel it's a line also with what you do. It's
Mhm,
just like
totally.
and starting the week like this with just like that lights, and then I feel the snake is kind of doing like a shape of infinite around
Mm,
the stomach. Yeah.
totally.
I don't remember what's the snake symbol.
Like
Light.
metamorphosis, change,
Mhm.
transformation.
Ooh,
Excuse me.
bless you.
Um, for this card, it says, I choose to align my energy centers with the pulse of life. I say yes to that which increases my vital energies and makes me come alive. I recognize that I'm an extension of the energy of the earth. So, yeah, um, choosing the things that increase your vital energy and make you come alive, that's totally in line with what we're talking about today with authenticity.
Mhm. And grounding and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like grounding is always an important part. Like you can't do much very well if you're not grounded.
And it's where we get overwhelmed because we're disconnected to our ground, our
Yeah,
body. Hmm.
totally.
Are you looking for the other one?
Yeah, it's driving me a little bit crazy. I want to know. Okay, the in between.
Okay.
It's okay for me to be in the in between. There's no rush. I patiently plant seeds for my becoming. I trust that I won't miss what's meant for me. Um, so a lot of the people that I talk to, they kind of like see this this dream or this kind of image of where they want to go or where they want to be, but they know that they're not there yet. And um, it'd be nice if we could all just quantum leap and like be in that next place right away. But for a lot of us, we're in kind of an in between place that we know that there's something more that we're striving for. And then usually when we get there, there's like some next new thing that we're striving for. It's never done. So
Yeah, and
embracing, go ahead.
I think it's important to be in the between. It's the journey, right? It's not it's where we learn, it's where we grow. It's like and it's always patience, the word that come for that moment, and keep your intention in and trust the process, trust that it takes time and that it's meant to be that in that way, right? You have
Mhm.
lots lesson to learn.
Yeah. To become the person who you have to be to hold the dream that you have, like to really hold it in like in its embodied form. Obviously you can hold the dream before you can live it, but like
I
hold
think
the
it's also
vision of
like
it before you can embody it.
also being ready. I feel in my life, if I look back and I start to have regret, I don't think it bring me anything. But if I believe that I wasn't ready and I had to learn all the lesson so that I could be my fullest and my full potential, um
Mhm.
when achieve this goal, it give me peace. Yeah. So yeah, in between is I think it's good. um yeah.
Mhm. And I feel like too sometimes like when we're in the in between, like it feels kind of messy sometimes, or like we're feeling impatient, like we want to get to the next phase. But then like when we look back at the in between and all of the um like kind of intention and like power and energy and the like how hard we were striving and like wanting and desiring, like when we look back at the building phase or the like growing phase, sometimes we like feel so much like um almost nostalgia for that part.
Mhm. Yeah. It's interesting, and I think with experience, in those moments of between, we know, even if we're still impatient, we know that it's worth it, and we know that it's even exciting because we know that something good will come up. I
Mhm.
don't know if you like feel that way.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm thinking back to when my partner and I first moved here, and we like moved into our new house, and like neither one of us had jobs, and we were just like doing all these little like house projects and like searching and like not sure what either one of us was actually going to do. And then like on bad days, we would look at jobs abroad again and say maybe we should just give it all up. But like now we look back and we're like, oh, that was so cute for us when we were just like building a home.
Yeah, and it's also a moment of possibilities, right? It's way more open on, because we tend, I think, to want control or know what's gonna be the outcome. Then we look at only one path. But when we don't really know, and it's also like it's new, we are more open to different possibilities.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, especially I think in transitions where we're like kind of not sure which way it's gonna go, and you're kind of like reaching, but like I don't know. For me, when I taught abroad, like kind of at the end of every year, it'd be like, okay, where am I gonna go next? And then I would just be like applying to like everything on the internet, and I would like imagine my life like, okay, what would it be like if I lived in this part of China? Well, what would it be like if I lived in Guatemala? What it would be like? And there's so much like, um, yeah,
Possibility.
potential in all
Mhm.
of yeah, and possibility in all of the parts, and to like dream into each one is like so fun.
Also, go back to visualizing, right? Like
Mm,
visualizing yourself in that different, in this those different lives, and um, how I think it's fun too, and I think I'm trying to add more fun, and even in sentence and in and then intention, because
mhm,
I don't know if it's coming from my culture, um, but I feel sometimes I'm too serious,
mm,
and the idea of visualizing and think of different life I could have in different places, or um, I think it's good. I think more than like fun is really good for your brain, for your soul. It's um because we are in a society where everything is so serious, and so you have to pay your bills and work and make money, and if you don't do that, and it can feel very hard to feel happy and
mhm,
have a purpose, and it's, I believe, a way of losing yourself. I think it
mhm,
go in the direction of the topics of today, of um, how we forget to play, how we forget to
mm,
bring our inner child in our life.
mhm. Yeah. Um, I feel like what you were saying too about like being overwhelmed, like we feel like everyone has so many things that they're trying to do that like we forget to even save some time or some energy for play. Sometimes we have the time, but we've done so much that there's nothing left to give to ourselves and our energy. Um, so let's maybe think about like how do we decide like what's actually good for us, like what's authentic to us, and like um what's right and what maybe we can let go of that so that we can be more authentic and more ourselves.
Right.
So, um,
Um, would
how
you
do you
say?
know? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No.
I was gonna say, how do you know when you're being your authentic self?
Hmm. I think my mind is not present. My thoughts, I'm not thinking when I'm my
Hmm,
authentic self. Um, because I'm just present and yeah, I think that's the sign. It's the first sign that um and it can happen that afterward I'm like, ooh, maybe I was too much myself in that environment or in the situation. And then it's where I see like my mind turn on and want to go into thoughts and judge what happened. And I go
mhm,
back out of myself because
mhm.
I don't trust who I am. I'm not trusting how I show up in the world. Um, yeah.
Yeah, totally. For me, I totally get what you're saying about, like, not having to be in your head. For me, it's, like, also kind of a somatic experience that I know I'm in my authentic space, where, like, when I feel, like, kind of free, when there's no part of me that's, like, tense or, like, bogged down or, like, a little, like, irritated, like, I'm just, like, totally doing what's, like, right for me and, like, vibrating in my own way. And also, I totally get what you mean too about then second guessing it and being like, "Wait, was I vibrating too hard? Like, were people freaking out? Like, what like, was it okay?" Um,
Do
yeah.
you think it maybe because one, people tends to judge, but also they might don't allow themselves to be their authentic self, so it
Yeah.
doesn't match with the energy that we're giving, and so the other person is have like this shield where it's like, whoa, like this person is too much or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah. Um, yeah, when one person is guarded and the other person is being authentic, then it's like, already it can't be a match just because, like, if something's fake or if it's, like, judged or guarded or protected, like, then it doesn't match with the other person's authentic, like, way. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and it might be the reason why we might second guess ourselves afterward, because the
Mhm.
person that was or people were in front of us were not receptive or their energy was really not matching with us. And what is sad is like I feel we will be the one thinking that there is something wrong with us,
Mhm.
but not the other person or the group of people. They will
Yeah.
be like in the judgment and in this disconnection of their self.
Yeah. They're playing the role that they always play, the safe way that's acceptable.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I've been thinking about this quote from I wrote down the quote when I was thinking when we were talking about authenticity, and then I was like, "Wait, who said it?" So I apologize if it's not actually correct, but Google told me
Mhm.
that it's from Andre Gide, um, and it's that it's better to be hated for who you are than loved for who you are not.
True.
And it's kind of like, I feel like it goes exactly with what we're talking about, like being authentic and then kind of second guessing it and like, but maybe it's better, if those people are not your people that are judging,
Hmm.
to like separate a little bit and just be who you are, like be authentic, be true versus like kind of dimming your light to fit in and um being acceptable and liked as acceptable, but totally not feeling good.
Yeah, I think um I think the society is not encouraging to be your true self,
Yeah.
and so it's it can feel hard, or it can feel also what I see with some of my clients that are going through their healing and growth, that they they're struggling with their friends and their
Mhm,
friendship, whereas like they feel like they are more advanced in a way because they see themselves differently and they are not behaving the same way than they used to, so they get
mhm,
feedback, and they think they might doing something wrong, or I think there are also sadness because um people don't like, it's like they're talking a different language in a way and they don't really understand them anymore, and they don't like the clients or the people um think there's something wrong with them because they might lose friends.
mhm.
Do you have that experience?
Yeah. Some of my clients, like, they almost, like, show themselves one way with certain friends and then take off the mask or, like, come out of the bubble or out of the box with other people.
Hmm.
Um, and they actually, it was interesting, one of them said recently, like, "I don't think they're on that level," and then she said, "Well, actually, I don't know. I've never talked to them about it." Um, like, she's been staying in the kind of safe territory with her friends who she's known for a long time because she doesn't want to expose herself as this other new person.
Hmm.
Um, I also wanted to bring it back to this, the evolution and the shedding skins and the transformation, um, becoming your true self does involve letting go of some of the past versions, like shedding those old skins or ways of showing up that are acceptable.
It's also, I think, a parallel to death because something have to die
Mm,
to born, or reborn. Um, and it's also like a between, right? It's also go back to the between of and the patience, even if it doesn't look comfortable or it feels scary or lonely, it
mhm.
doesn't mean it will stay like that,
Yeah.
right? It's like go within and you are enough. You have yourself. You're not alone,
Mhm,
right? And um and something good will like again go back to um why I'm always excited to work with people in life transition, because I see how they grow and I know that something come they're gonna come in. They don't know, but I really like I'm excited to see it and see them glowing and
mhm,
um then share that, yeah, they feel better. They feel like it's okay if I disconnect with some people. It's okay, um, because I'm prioritizing myself and I'm loving myself way more now, and I don't want to let go of that.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. I feel like when people are in that kind of, like, beginning phase and they're like, "Oh, I'm scared, like, I'm stuck, I'm this, I'm that," I'm like, "Yes, wonderful, like, so much is coming."
It's like the good. It's a sign they're in a good direction.
Yeah. Like, once you've made the choice to, like, leave behind whatever you've been stuck as, like, it's already happening, it's already in motion.
Yeah, it's bring back to awareness, and um, you cannot unsee or unfeel. You cannot really go back,
Mhm,
and I think it's you're awake, right? It's echo to a lot of subject we're hearing these days of being awake, and um, yeah, you cannot go back. In a way you can go back to a certain life that from the past, but you changed, and that's you
mhm.
can not unchange. You cannot like forget about it.
Mhm. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of, like, places that I've lived abroad, like, going back to visit them, like, years later, and, like, having this image in my mind of, like, what it's gonna be like, what it's gonna feel like, what it's gonna look like, and,
Mhm.
like, "Oh, this restaurant I like is here, and then we'll go here," and then you get there and everything's changed, like, the restaurant's closed, like, your building
Yeah.
has been, like, painted a new color, like, everything has shifted, like, in a way it feels like you should be able to go back, but you can never go back. It won't be the same in,
Mhm.
like, that traveling life and in this kind of more metaphorical part of, like, trying to go back after the aha.
Mhm. And even your I think when you go into those places and you remember how it looked like in the past, your brain is taking how it looked like now over. So your memory is getting smaller too, and you have to accept, you just accept, like you cannot there's nothing you can do to bring back your favorite restaurant and the favorite spot where you used to hang out. um
Mhm.
you
Or
like you
the
have to let
relation
it go, let it
Yeah.
go and accept. And I think those are important um skills to have and practice, letting
Mhm.
go, um because then things will come your way. And if you're
Mhm.
so attached to everything a certain way, um or your old self or the self that I imagine, and I might had this experience too when I used to work in an office, and like acting a certain way in at work. And I feel a lot of people who work with other people um, might feel the need of, or and is understandable to act a certain way because it's your job and you have to act right, you have to act, and then you remove the mask and when you're out of the job. And some people are not able to do that anymore. And
Mhm.
I think um, that is also a struggle where people um, it's kind of unmatching what's they feel and who they want to be, and maybe the job they have been having, like practicing for years, and they don't feel it anymore, like the heart is
Mhm.
not there anymore.
Yeah.
You did you feel that way with the job you had? Yeah, I saw you
Yeah.
smiling, and so I thought about that.
I was like,
That
"Yes." Totally. When I was a teacher, like, I already knew well, the first, like, 10 years that I was a teacher, it was great. I was traveling and I was, living my best life, and then, um, the next 7 years as a teacher, I already knew that I didn't wanna be a teacher, and I was building other things on the side, but 7 years is a long time to keep putting on the mask and to show up to work and, like, go into teacher mode. Like, the mask gets worn out, your energy gets worn out. Like, I just could feel inside of me that there was so much more energy and excitement and enthusiasm and potential in the other things that I wanted to do, but I still stayed in the job that was safe because it was, the acceptable, normal thing to do for those 7 years, and that was a long time, it was hard.
I think also some of us are doing it because of others,
Yeah.
because if we let it go of that job, what we gonna say? And that's it's pressure, right? Like what we gonna say to our family and what we gonna say to our friends, because they all want an explanation. They want that we give them a very reflected um, reason. And sometimes we it's not very clear yet. It's just we
Mhm,
feel we need to shift, and um, the words are not there yet.
mhm. And I think too, like, trying to explain it to certain people, like, they could never get it because, like, they are living they're in the place where they're on the path that's acceptable and normal, and maybe it feels good for them, but they can't see how much like inner turmoil there is for the person who knows they're in the wrong place, in the wrong position. Like other people won't necessarily get it because they're not feeling what you're feeling.
Mhm. Yeah.
Some
I'm
people
sure
are,
it
but
echoed to
some
so
people
many
aren't.
people. Yeah, I think I'm sure it um a lot of people feel like us and feel like even from the outside of someone, let's say, that doesn't understand, right? And love those people, love their kids or friend or and see the change and don't really understand what's going on because for them it's just um, unthinkable of why
Mm,
you would leave a job that you work so hard to get, that you spend so much time and money.
mhm,
I'm thinking even with your job as a teacher, right? Why,
yeah.
like, why?
Mhm. Why do it or why not do it?
Why do it? Because we are in a society where what we do, like professionally, is seen as our identity, right?
Mhm,
We
yeah.
and it's something I when I moved to the US, I had like a little challenge because when I was meeting new people, the first question is what I was doing.
Mm,
And I was like, that
yeah.
doesn't define me. I'm just starting over a new life. So if I was saying the job that I used to do in Switzerland, then they're like, oh yeah, I can label you. I know who you are. I
Mhm.
know what type of person you are, or what will be your
Okay, you fit
skills.
in this box.
Exactly. But then I was like, yeah, but right now I'm learning English and I'm a student and that's it. They're like, oh,
Mhm,
but why did you left like a comfortable job with a good salary to come to move to New York and start over? You're 34, like, right? And then I on purpose said that because I wanted to make people a little uncomfortable. Because I was like, yeah, I don't want you to put me in a box.
mhm,
I'm out of the box. I'm coming from
yeah.
a place that love boxes and I want to be out of the box
Mhm.
because I want to discover who I am
Mm,
without that
yeah,
box.
yeah. Um, I'm thinking of this time I was at a rooftop bar in Beijing and we met some like French guys and they said, "Qu'est-ce que vous faites dans la vie?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean? What do I do in life?" And they're like, "It's a way of asking what you do for work." And I'm like, "Then ask what I'm doing for work. Like what I'm doing in life is a totally different animal. Like I don't know what I'm doing in life." Whoa.
Or just I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
here with you right now and I'm
Yeah.
having a conversation. That's what I'm doing in life right now.
Yeah. And like if you want to know my job, I'm a teacher, but like in life I'm an explorer, I'm a traveler, I'm a like um curious human being that's like trying to understand other human beings and relate and like figure myself out. Like I don't know. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah, it's funny
feel
how
sorry, go ahead.
like we ask such trivial questions in ways that like to ask what are you doing in life when you mean what's your job or like how are you when actually we just want to hear, "Oh, I'm fine. How about you?" Or or do you really want to know how I am? And sometimes I tell people how I really am and they kind of go, "Oh."
They look, I don't know what to
You
say
asked.
back. Yeah, I need to say something back.
Yeah, you might not realize you
Um,
asked that question really, but
looking in the eyes.
yeah.
Yeah, it also reflect back to coaching, and coaching is asking questions and bring up curiosity. And one of my mentor when I was in school at school, was always saying, be curious like a kid. And I think
Mhm.
that's what is missing, and why we're not very good at communication in general is we're generally not very curious. And so we are using those questions that we learn to ask, but
Mhm.
then we don't really know what to do with the answer, where there's nothing to do. You can
Yeah.
just be present and listen.
Or
And
put the
if
person in
something
their
come
box
up,
and then put it away.
yeah,
Got it.
recycle it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like too, it also comes back a little bit to being so overwhelmed and ungrounded. Like we don't have the time and energy to be present and mindfully listen to each other and like the real truth of the how we really are, what we're really doing in life, kinds of things.
And maybe because most of the time we don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah,
We're just
that too.
trying things, right? And when we think we got it, then something comes to challenge us, and we have to rethink all of it.
Mhm.
Um, so maybe one day you will answer to the question in one way, and the day after you will answer in a different way.
Mhm.
Um, because there is also the pressure of not knowing. Like, not knowing is very not very great. You need to know.
Yeah,
um you
that's what
have
I
to
was just
get it
thinking too.
together. You have to know how, like, to express it. And I think most of the time, like I was saying before, we don't have the word to express how we feel. um and I think that's why it's important, those conversations we're having, because hearing that other people feel that way, then um it feel okay. Actually, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Mhm.
I yeah.
I'm
There
not
is
the only
nothing
one
wrong
feeling all
about
this.
me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think part of it also is, um kind of what you were saying about like everybody would likes to have kind of control, and if you can like say what you're doing in a word or a line or a sentence, then like obviously you have everything under control and other people can um wrap their head around it. But when it's out of your control, when you're trusting the unknown, when you're leaving things to chance and the potential, it's much harder for people to um understand, and also like maybe have their own kind of control about how they can react because they don't know where you're going. So they don't know how to, there is no fine, how are you to, I have no idea what I'm doing, like in the box responses.
Yeah. And I think through that journey we find our people. The people that our nervous system recognize as, oh, those people make me feel calm. I don't need to even just talk. I can be in silence. I can't, when I express how I feel, there people are just like, yeah, there's
Mhm.
no need to over explain how we feel. And I think um that is what it's exciting, because um then we have a filter, kind of a filter of, you are my people, you're not my people, and it's fine
Mhm.
if you're not my people. It's fine if we will interact for a little while, but we will not go deeper, and not overthinking it. Just, again, go back to trusting.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think also it's powerful when you find people that say, yes, I feel that too, instead of, what do you mean? Why don't you fit in a box?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
felt that way also with even just my needs, like
Mhm.
explaining that I need that, I need to rest, I need to do this, I need to talk, I am. And then people be just, oh yeah, sure, I like,
Mm.
oh my god, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like. I just that's enough. That's enough, right?
Mhm.
And finding that, I think, and listening your body message and your listening your reaction, it's key.
Mhm.
Also to find your authentic self, I think we tends to, and I what you're doing, I think help um with Reiki and energy healing, um to go back to the body and really realize you have everything you need in within you, and you don't need to think. Your body is already telling you that person no, and that person yes, that situation no, that situation no, yes, or job,
Mhm.
or um shifting, um go on a life transition, moving to a different country. Fear is not meaning it's bad.
Mhm.
Fear,
Yeah.
it's a part of it too.
Yeah. Um, Actually, with Reiki, what I've been finding more recently is almost that people have these things that they're holding in their body, like all these blocks and all these ways that they've gotten, like their energy is like stuck and like diverting from what's authentic. And like energetically, I can like pull them out. But then the important part is like talking about it afterwards and saying, but like, why do you have this block here? And like, you are going to have to change your um, behaviors and your mindset to be able to not create that block again. Like, you have to make changes if you want to see changes.
Mm.
So that's
I
why I've
think
also, sorry, also started coaching people like in combination with Reiki so that like we can look at the blocks that they have and sometimes the blocks that they don't even know that they have and then work through, okay, but why do you have that? And how do we keep it from coming back? Like what in your life has brought that about that we need to change?
mhm. I think people are scared of change.
Of course, but it's we're scared of a lot of things. We're scared of being scared. I think it's just um like that's also what's part of what's beautiful about coaching, like that it's a safe place to let yourself explore what if I wasn't scared of this or why am I scared of this,
Mhm.
and kind of dig into like all the different ways of looking at this and start thinking about, okay, if I adjust this or that, like how can I make it change my whole life.
Yeah, bringing new perspective, um, and being a safe place where first we can share that we might be scared of the change, and that it will take time. We don't change in one. It's not because we know we need to change that it have to happen in the 24 hours. um,
Mhm.
Having that space with someone else, with a partner, as a coach, um, I think it's so helpful because the coach is there to help you to move forward with that. And also, if along the way doesn't work out, then you try something else. And the coach is helping you to shift, or um, it's I feel it feel more safe and more, yeah, more safe when you do that with someone that is there for to help you with that.
Mhm. Yeah, somebody who that's their only role to you versus
Hmm.
like if it's like your family member, your friend, and like you know that they have um their own stuff too, and that they you feel like you need to like turn it around and say, and how about you? And like it's harder to um take the time to just look at yourself than like with a coach who it's like their job is just to support you.
I also see with some of my clients that are never alone.
Mhm.
that are scared to be alone, and they are always looking to be around with people, even though they know it's key for them to figuring out. There is still a part of them that need that energy. They think they need that energy of interacting or be around people all the time. And I'm trying to help them and encourage them to try to be alone. And because if you're not, how can you find and embrace who you are, who you really are? And
Mhm.
if you're always around noise and people that think you are a certain way, and then you think it's who you are, right? It's like all those mirror back from all those people, and being alone with just yourself, hearing
Mhm.
yourself. um
Yeah.
it's so key.
Yeah. If you have all these like external inputs, it's hard to feel and hear your own energy and your own thoughts. I have a number of clients who are kind of like, I don't even know what I feel. I don't know what I want. I don't know who I am. And it's
Hmm.
from kind of surrendering to like their family or their job or like all the things that are expected of them, and they've let go of their connection to their real self,
Hmm.
their authentic self.
do you did you ever had the experience of finding yourself, and then I know that some people don't like when we say finding yourself or lost yourself, but in a way I feel maybe disconnection could be a better word. um did you have that experience of, you know who you are, you're grounded, and then somehow you get disconnected, and then you reconnect and you're like, why? Like, looking back, why? Like, why I disconnected? Like those
Mm.
moments where maybe it's when you start to have this experience of finding yourself, embracing yourself, but still the life that is around you is not helping you to always showing up as your authentic self.
Mm, yeah. Um, like energetically, I feel like a few different things happen there. Like sometimes people get like they kind of like get stuck in like layers around themselves that they've like created these kind of like shields and mirrors and like boxes and capsules that they put themselves in for like protection, and also like um to kind of like bounce the reflection that people want to see. Also, I've seen people kind of like have like a almost out of body experience where they've like kind of like left and they're like, I'm not dealing with that. And they like energetically kind of like disconnect from the body. Um, I feel like I do that sometimes, like that I like just kind of get like really like airy and
Mhm.
ungrounded, and um I have to like bring myself back in.
How do you think you learn to do that?
Um I mean, I think the first step always is like awareness of it, like figuring out, oh, I'm not even here. um and then sometimes it's like just like literally like connecting with the physical body, like it could be like touching yourself or giving yourself a hug or taking breaths, like something that activates the physical body and the mind and reconnects them, and then like reinstates that body mind spirit connection.
Yeah, awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything? We have 10 more minutes. Anything that you think um, we could add up? I'm thinking. I feel like we had those questions, and we kind of, without asking them directly, we cover it, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, Anything you will add?
Um, I think a lot of the time when people have lost themselves, also it's like it shows up in like every part of their energy and every part of their life, like that they feel like they're like going through the motions, but
Mm,
like there's pieces of every chakra that's blocked because the one started being blocked, like it, or like they feel like they're not showing up authentically at work because it's a triggering situation, and then they start being a little bit less authentic with their friends and their family, um,
mm.
or choosing like numbing activities instead of the things that light them up because they have to recover from being not themselves for all day, and then they don't feel like being themselves and doing the things that they want to do at home either.
Yeah, I think it's tough because we want to be connected with others,
Mhm.
and I think it reflects also in the like choice that we make in our life, not only about being ourselves, but different choice where we live, what we do. Um, like, and we talk about that before. Because of others, I like a relationship, for example, romantic relationship. A lot of people stay in. They rather not being their authentic self, not being happy, than be alone, right?
Mhm.
Or I
In
feel
that
that. Sorry.
um if you're staying in a relationship that's not quite right, and then like your friends say, oh, how's your partner, then you have to also be inauthentic with them to say like, oh, it's great. To be able to stay in the relationship, you also have to stay in a role that's not true. I mean, unless you have really good friends and you're, but a lot of the time I think people in those situations are maybe not even being true to themselves and recognizing that they actually would maybe be more happy in a different way with their partner, whether that's like picking a different partner or talking to their partner about the problems that they're having, and like
Mhm.
kind of getting to the root of like, how can we fix this together? Like any kind of change is hard and scary.
Yeah, and I think some of us answer the easy answer of everything is fine,
Yeah.
because if we say we are struggling, then it imply a conversation, and it's the same about change, or it's the same about deciding to get help, like through therapy, through coaching, through talking to a friend, um, because we know that when we start that, then it imply a change,
Mhm.
and it's scary, and again, we don't know what we're doing. um
And
and
like sorry, like
no,
we were
no,
saying
go.
before, you can never go back. Once you've said
Mhm,
it's not great, then
mhm.
you can't put that back in the box. You can say, oh, you can't say, oh, that was a joke. Like it's once you've let it out, it's out.
Even in, I think, in your head, the awareness of saying to yourself that something is wrong,
Mhm.
and it's not listening, is also a way of not being your true self, and be again
Yeah.
disconnected and not be grounded.
Mhm.
And is why, for me, it's so important to have kindness and self um, love, because again, we are doing our best, and sometimes we are making mistakes, sometimes we don't really know what we're doing, sometimes um we don't have the word, and it's okay. Like,
Mm,
we the pressure, have to like break the pressure, and self acceptance for where we are. It's key, and you can be yourself, figuring out what you want to do and where you at, and with your relationship, with your job, with anything that's going on in your life.
mhm,
We don't have to be hard all the time, and I don't think being hard is needed even. I think life and the world is already hard enough, so
mhm,
self acceptance for, like, we are doing our best with the skill we have, with the tools we have, and that's it. And
mhm.
find people who are lovely with you and nice. You
Yeah.
don't need to be surrounded by people who are gonna be very direct and harsh.
Mhm. And that's also, I think, too, part of the power of having a safe space in, like, maybe a coach that's outside of your regular life, like, to know that they're separated and the things that you say to them are totally private and, like, can never come back to your family or whoever it is that you're talking about, and, that you can be your totally true self in that moment with them and
Mhm.
explore, like, is this really what I feel, or am I just saying it because it's, feels like this in the moment? And they can, like, as coaches, we can help people um, dig into their own truth when they're not sure.
And it's a good way to practice. If, let's say, it's only 1 hour per week with your coach that you're practicing to be your true self, it's already a start, because
Hmm.
you are with someone that see you for who you are, and you can practice, and then
Yeah.
little by little practice that outside. If it feel new, if it'll feel new, I think, um,
Hmm.
having that blocking time for yourself, um, because that's the purpose of life, right? It's being yourself. If you're not, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We have
Um,
AI everywhere now, so please be yourself.
yeah. Yeah. And that, like, kind of um, like, listening to your dreams and, like, choose making the conscious choice to, like, do the things that light you up. Like, you have those dreams and those passions for a reason. Like, they're meant for you. So if you know aren't living them and living as your self,
Mhm.
then that starts to wear on you over time, and it's like you can just, I don't know, be happier maybe if you're more true. I
Mhm.
don't know. I think I'm running out of steam a tiny bit here. It's starting to trail off. Sorry.
It's okay. No, I
Next time I
think
have to
you
drink
got
coffee,
it.
not water.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Even when it's a little bit off, not perfect.
Oh, yes. I think
Imperfect self.
no one is. No one is perfect. Perfection exists only in your eyes.
Mm,
And yeah, if you're you, then give permission to others to be themselves.
mhm, totally. Yeah, I feel like the vibration of being who you are, like, spreads through the whole world in a way that's, like, totally different and, like, inspires other people to do it too, and, like, just lifts the vibration of everything everywhere.
I love those final words. I think it's a good way of closing the call.
Mhm,
Yeah, thank you for that conversation. I think was great. I hope it will help others. um
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also looking forward to our next conversation. Should we share our topic in
Sure.
case people want to come back again? Our next one is about releasing old blocks, right? That's what we said.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, it was the
Which,
second one that people vote for. So I thought would be good to acknowledge that. It's true, like for a certain time, it was all the same. Like the vote were all like 30%, 30%, 30%. I really appreciate for people who voted, and I thought we should talk about all of them.
mhm,
So yeah.
yeah. And I feel like it's like a good follow up to this conversation because we're talking about the things that block you from being your authentic self. And
Mhm.
then, like, okay, so how do we release those?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Okay, let me close that call.
mhm,
We will see you next week.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming on.